My name is Hope, and this is Show Me assignment number 4. Today we had Bark Twain come into the clinic. He's a 12-week-old male intact husky. We're going to be sending home Albon oral suspension 5% because we're treating for a coccidial infection. We're actually going to have two different doses. So we're going to instruct the client to give an initial dose today of 55 milligrams per kilogram. Starting tomorrow, we'll instruct the client to give 27.5 milligrams per kilogram for every 24 hours for the next 5 days. So to calculate the dose for today, again, it's Albon oral suspension 5%. The first thing that we need to do is change 5% into milligrams in order to get it into our equation. So we're going to take our percentage, which is 5%, multiply it by 10. So we take 10 times 5, it'll give us 50. We're going to set up our math problem. We have 20 pounds, which is the patient's weight. We have our weight conversion to get to kilograms. We have our dosage, which is 55 milligrams per kilogram. And the concentration that we just figured out from 5%, it is 50 milligrams per 1 ml. We're going to multiply the numerators on the top. So we're going to take 20 times 1 times 55 times 1, which is 1,100. And then we're going to take our denominators, which is 2.2 times 1 times 50, which gives us 110. If we divide 1,100 by 110, we have 10 milliliters, which is the dose that the owner will give today. Calculating the second half, so the dose for the next 5 days. We're going to do the same thing, so we're going to take 5%, we're going to change it into milligrams. So we take 10 times 5, which is going to give us 50 again, so that doesn't change. Again, we have the patient's weight, our weight conversion, but this time the dosage is lower, so that has changed. It is now 27.5 milligrams for every kilogram. And then we have 1 ml over 50 milligrams, so which is our concentration. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to take 20 times 1 times 27.5 times 1, which gives us 550. Then we're going to take our denominators, which is 2.2 times 1 times 50, which gives us 110. So if we take 550 divided by 110, we get 5 mLs. The client is going to be instructed to give the patient 5 mLs every 24 hours for the next 5 days. In the medical record, we would probably write it close to give 55 milligrams per kilogram by mouth today, and starting tomorrow, give 27.5 milligrams per kilogram by mouth every 24 hours for 5 days. To the client, on the prescription form, we would write out the client information as well as the patient information, the species, date, the medication, and then the instructions would be, please give Bark 10 mLs of medication today. Starting tomorrow, give Bark 5 mLs every 24 hours for 5 days. The medication in total would be 35 mLs that we'd be sending home because we have the initial 10 milliliters of medication, and then we need 5 milliliters for the next 5 days. So 5 times 5 is 25 plus the initial 10. So we would be sending home 35 milliliters. And then let the client know, please shake medication before administering.